Welcome to Module number 4. What does the privacy rule do? If you are having trouble accessing any of these modules, contact the Chief Privacy Officer at privacy@uvm.edu or call the Office of Audit, Compliance, and Privacy Services at 802-656-3086. Otherwise, let's begin. In a nutshell, the privacy rule establishes minimum federal standards for protecting the privacy of individually identifiable health information. It provides certain rights to individuals, including rights to access and amend their health information, and to obtain a record of when and why their PHI has been shared with others for certain purposes. And it establishes conditions under which covered entities can provide researchers access to and use of PHI when necessary to conduct research. Even though it may sound overly restrictive, the privacy rule is not, and never was, intended to impede research. Access is allowed as long as certain conditions are met. The purpose of the privacy rule is to establish minimum federal standards for safeguarding the privacy of individually identifiable health information. It is intended to balance the need of the healthcare and research communities while still adhering to the wishes of the individual to whom the PHI pertains. Covered entities, which must comply with the rule, are health plans, healthcare clearinghouses, and certain healthcare providers. That means that covered entities may not use or disclose PHI except as permitted or required under the provisions of the privacy rule. The rule also confers certain rights on individuals, including rights to access and amend certain health information, and to obtain a record of when and how their PHI has been shared with others for certain purposes. In addition, the rule establishes administrative requirements for covered entities. Depending on the violation, covered entities that fail to comply with the privacy rule may be subject to civil monetary penalties and criminal monetary penalties. There have even been some more serious cases where violators have actually been sentenced to jail time. The privacy rule recognizes that the research community has legitimate needs to use, access, and disclose individually identifiable health information to carry out a wide range of health research protocols and projects. In the course of conducting research, it is not uncommon for researchers to create, use, and/or disclose individually identifiable health information. The privacy rule protects the privacy of such information when held by a covered entity, but it also provides various ways in which researchers can access and use the information if it's needed for research. As you will see in the next module, the privacy rule is not the only regulation that covers research data. You have now reached the end of module number 4. If you are taking this training as part of a requirement, you will have to answer questions in order to move on. Next up is module number 5. It's not just about HIPAA.